host, Mortanius, and we are back with some more Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition. When we had last left off, we had finally managed to track down some solid evidence against our old buddy, old pal, old friend Saren, Spectre, and Bane of Humanity, apparently. Proof that not only did he attack Eden Prime, but apparently he's got something even larger in the works. Who knows what that is, we'll have to figure that one out. And now, after acquiring a couple more crewmates in the form of Rex over here and our friend who's currently not here at this moment because of a quest we solved at the end of the last playthrough, Garrus. Now we just need to head on over to the Citadel Tower to have that good old entertaining conversation with people who think that our evidence is nonsense and we have issues with this individual because we've always had issues with this individual. Understandable stance, but we're done with that. So if you folks like what you see and want to see more of me as we salvage whatever the hell we're gonna have to solve around here, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists. Follow the links to my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links to my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And get comfortable. Let's get into this. There's a few places I've intentionally avoided for certain reasons. The entire time I've been here at the Citadel. I know, crazy, right? Almost 2.5 full episodes, and it's been nothing but the Citadel. That's how big this place is.
I'm gonna enjoy the look on the Council's face when they see evidence they can't just ignore.
Don't congratulate yourself too much. All this time you were hunting for evidence. Saren was moving forward with his plan.
That is a good point, Rex. We're playing catch up. He's playing keep up. Didn't actually have to go the long way. Just like we're walking the Citadel. Always is a cool little location. The time of recording is 12:06 a.m. Friday, April 19th, 2024.
Come on. Udine is presenting the Quarians' evidence to the Council.
Cool.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
And that would be?
Who's she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
The Geth do seem to revere them.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Nope. Regardless of what it is, we know we need to keep it away from him.
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
None of that matters. Possibly you would have. Possibly you did. None of that matters. You have somebody with prior military training who then got Spectre training, who has an ambition, and that ambition is not good for anybody. Why does it matter? I don't know about the whole doubting this. I can see the doubt, but it doesn't matter. Regardless, he needs to be stopped because of how dangerous he is.
I tried to warn you about Saren, and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
Possible, but myth or not, it's working. And myth or not, he still has a goal that we need to stop him from achieving.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet
Nah.
cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region. Keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
I don't disagree with that. I don't. Sure, it's our colonies, it's Earth, but at the end of the day, their job ain't just to look at Earth. Their job is to look at everybody. So send me. Send a ghost.
I can take Saren down.
The Commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
It's a win-win situation for every single person involved, including the galaxy.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his human Spectre. Everybody's happy.
Commander Shepard, step forward. It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
Thank you, counselors.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
There any details you happen to have?
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the C-Sec Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Bastard didn't even thank you.
I don't see why he would. Has nothing to do with who he is. All I did was stand there and have people say something to me.
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything. Come on.
Right behind you, Commander.
Spectre bonus. Spectre training talent unlocked. So now we have access to Spectre training. Spectre training. Elite agents of the Council. The Spectres have access to special training unavailable elsewhere in the galaxy. Increases health, accuracy, and effectiveness of all attacks and powers, and grants the Unity ability. We'll go over all of that as we go.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants.
Admiral?
Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
Yeah. Thank you, Admiral.
I appreciate that.
My name is Admiral Kahoku. It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with the Spectres. We need people like you to deal with our problems.
Such as?
Is something wrong, Admiral?
I'm getting stonewalled by bureaucratic assholes. Nothing new. Maybe you can help me, Shepard. One of my recon teams was investigating some strange activity out in the Traverse. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area. But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
I'll do what I can, Admiral.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm gonna stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though.
Speak to him before you end up as a Spectre. It's just
Maybe you can get some answers.
just talking, unfortunately. But it makes sense, since you're not a Spectre, you wouldn't have like deeper access. Now, to be clear, as a Spectre, you still have Alliance military access.
But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
But you also have Spectre access, so.
I'm on a break.
Who's okay?
Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
You alright?
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
More than I'd like, yeah.
The Traverse is a rough place. We're out there quite a bit.
My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Any idea why someone would attack them?
Privateers, slavers, mercs looking for an easy score. There's a lot of nasty sorts out in the Traverse. I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
Type of ship does your brother have?
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
Well, damn. Yep. We'll have to see. Have you contacted authorities
Isn't
about
anyone
this?
else looking into this?
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
Not gonna bother asking about a reward. I'll see what I can do.
Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find him.
Here's hoping we get lucky, man. That part kills me every time I get into that whole council conversation. When Udina, you wanted proof? There it is. Mic drop. Hey, now say something now. Say something now.
Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
You folks keep track of that? New mission. Another reason why it is I always love these elevators. I heard a lot of people hated these elevators. I loved them. They were perfect. Give you little chances to hear how the crew would interact with each other, news about the things that are actually doable, as well as the things you actually do throughout the galaxy. You'll notice that as well. But you'll pick up new jobs. Missing survey team. News vids indicate that a survey team in the Hades Gamma Cluster recently dropped out of contact. Go to the Hades Gamma Cluster and find out what happened to them. Travel to the Antaeus system in the Hades Gamma Cluster to look for the missing survey team. Now, we'll probably end up doing most of those. Like most missions I end up picking up, we'll probably end up doing most, honestly. Well, you know, we'll see. Pretty cool. Wonder if there's one like every so and so. Like I don't know how big the Citadel is, but like every like 2 to 8 miles or some shit. 'Cause I want to say the Citadel's big.
Got a moment, Spectre? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
Interesting. You know I'm a Spectre, huh?
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
So I'm cleaning up your competition, huh? Okay. What are these defenses that they had are supposed to be like?
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership's soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
Do they? Do they tend to kill each other? What's your interest in this?
What do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures, but their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they're dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
You sure will, won't you? What are they known for? Probably be easier to track them down, or at least be aware of something that they might try and pull.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
You know, I can just as easily throw you in there with them.
You're obviously with them. Why don't I just arrest you instead?
Arrested for what? You and I are simply having a conversation. I have excellent legal representation. Arresting me would be a waste of your time.
You know I shoot people, right? Okay. This is an obvious setup.
I eliminate them, and then you take over and try to eliminate me. How stupid do I look?
Now, she ain't
While
gonna go
I
that far.
appreciate your estimation of my bravado, I have no intention of attempting to murder you.
She ain't stupid.
You are the first human Spectre, and you are doing important work for humanity. I have no interest in red sand or slavery. Anyone who does deserves to die. Our needs are aligned.
Damn it.
If they're as bad as you say they are, they need to be dealt with.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates. When these men are dead, I will wait for you with the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
In the end, that was the choice I was gonna make. Okay. I need... well, no, can't actually do that right now. I need Garrus. Please do not disturb the keepers. Oh, well, Fist apparently got fisted. I don't think that's really gonna be a problem.
Welcome. I am Naylina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Actually, no, I guess it would be more appropriate to say Fist got palmed.
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
The level of fucking thirst in the 22nd century, Jesus Christ. Tell me about yourself.
What do you do here, Naylina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
What do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list.
I was not trying
We should be
to...
able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
What the fuck?
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Real talk.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
You're correct. It's not for you to judge. It's for me to judge because I'm the customer, and I'm telling you straight. Ain't nobody worth that kind of weight.
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
Interesting. You almost make it sound like magic.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
Yeah.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it might be how people are. Enough that she has an entire section over here and books people months out. Jesus Christ.
I think I'm done here.
Yeah,
I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Only reason I came here was...
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with him.
Yes, of course, mistress.
Can't ignore them hips, though. But the only reason I came here was
It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Interesting.
What does she want to see me for?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her yourself. Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
This is where you ask her if this is usual or unusual. And then she tells you, no, it's extremely unusual. And then you keep your hand on your 45. But we'll have to see. quaint little entryway. Huh. Like, what is that? Like a little sleep area or something? Little love bubble? It's kind of cute. The level of uncomfortability, it requires you to be in each other's laps. Not bad.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great
As,
many things about you since your arrival.
Immediately
here at
behind you.
Citadel.
Interesting. What, you think I'm gonna shoot you or something? So who would you happen to be?
What exactly do you do?
That depends on your needs. I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
And this would be?
Tell me about this problem you're having.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
First off, don't do that. I can't stand when y'all play that game. Touch, touch, touch. Listen to me. Touch, touch. Do what I say. Touch, touch. Hug. Touch, touch. Listen, listen. What went wrong specifically? Because I'm kind of hearing what his mistake was immediately, but let's hear more details.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
I can respect that. I'll go and check it out. Odd that you want me involved in this. Why not speak to somebody else?
I don't make any promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Commander. That is all I can ask. Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful. Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
Can't just ask for something normally, huh? So Septimus's problem was immediately apparent. He wanted me to be more than I can be.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
There are humans in here?
Take a seat if you like. It may be a while. The consort is very busy right now. The consort is a wonderful person. She has quite a gift.
Interesting. I always did like that voice actress's voice.
I'm a little nervous.
It always hits right.
That's understandable. Many are a little unsure what to expect.
Not even about attractiveness so much as it just being like a nice voice that hits right. Septimus's problem, as he stated, he wanted me to be more. Bro. The natural instinct for men is to protect and save. You can't protect and save from everything. And that is one particular field that 8 out of 10 times you are going to lose utterly trying to save somebody. On the one hand, she comes off extremely respectable. I have no doubt that she is. But on the other hand, she chose a profession by its very nature, by its very biology, literally by its biology, based on men and women and men, that is not going to pan out well in the sense of something long term. It'll damn near always backfire by design. There's just no way to. It's like trying to ice skate uphill with broken knees. You might make it if you use your hands. Maybe, but who knows what the mountaintop is gonna look like once you finally get there, and who knows what you're gonna look like in the process. Nowhere near saying these individuals are beyond anything. Simply saying if this is what you're trying, you had better measure 10 times, cut one.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
What's up, Rex? You don't want none in this elevator. You think that cone on your skull frightens me? You think I'm worried about them points? It is what it is. Let's get it.
So how are you liking your posting at the academy?
It's good. Busy though.
Let me see now. Did I? Yes, I did. Figured I'd come down here.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
New mission, activate. What was that? Was that a residual after sound of that fight we had? Tally or my stuff blowing up? Here she is.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
Boy, them damn dresses. They are not designed to be casual. They are not. Here you go.
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
I mean, you don't see me complaining about the dress. I'm gonna keep it real. But like I said, this ain't something I just be wearing. Well, no, actually down here maybe, and I'll show you folks why here in just a bit. Why it would make more sense for her to be dressed like that down here. But you know, I can keep my eyes open for a little bit more. You know, never hurt.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive?
Right.
You talk to me before you talk to anyone else? That would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very happy to compensate you accordingly. Here you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Yep. If that man just fleeced me out of more money to ask me to watch out for corruption, he should be watching out for anyway as a person. Yup. He's gonna do it anyway, so you might as well supply him, make it easier. And make it easier for him to survive out here while he's burning energy, solving your problems. Yeah, it's our problem, but while he's gone, it's your problem. Okay, get the first level of Spectre training. Increase damage and duration of all your powers and attacks by 1%, health by 5%, and max accuracy by 2%. But what we're going to do is we're going to get all the way up to Unity. Unity allows you to immediately restore your squad members to fighting state after they have been knocked out of combat. Restore dead squad members with 30% health and 50% shield. 75-second cooldown and 45% accuracy cost. Every ability costs some form of accuracy. I actually like that. I don't think they kept that in the later games. Too bad. Okay, unlock fitness for you. 1 to fitness and 1 to assault rifles. Rex. 1 to Krogan Battlemaster. And 3 to combat armor, so you can equip heavy armor. Now, the reason why I'm not surprised that she's dressed like that, other than Cora's Den being not too far from where we were, is because of this place. Welcome to Flux.
What? Everyone knows Fist is one of the local criminals.
Maybe I would be shouting at mountains.
Yeah, unless you want to end up on it.
It's out of my hands, Lieutenant. I bring her back in a second, but she doesn't want to come.
Damn it. I've got to do that quest later. Wait a minute. Can't do it. Ah, that's sad. I'm not able to show you folks the Shepherd Shuffle. And then, of course, we've got Quasar back here. Gambling. Those are the rules. Closest to 20 without going over. 21 or more is nothing. I'll go ahead and toss out a game. Sure. One more of those. Ugh. Yep. Okay. I see how we're going. I'll go ahead and stick with the 4 to 7 game. Okay. I'm assuming the first game of Quasar they let you win. I don't know. I don't usually play. Not really my thing. Never really been a gambler.
Good to see another human.
Nothing wrong with gambling on certain things. Most things, though, you asking for it. Okay. There's still more to do on the Citadel. Like, quite a bit more. But I'm going to go ahead and progress the story onward and handle another particular thing. But before we do, go ahead and knock out one of these codexes at least, or two.
The Citadel. The Count. Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance, and answer only to the Citadel Council. They are elite military operatives, granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers, resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Solarians joined the Council. For many years they operated in secrecy as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicized. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation.
Oh, well, that better explains the Spectres.
The Council is an executive committee composed of representatives from the Asari Republics, the Turian Hierarchy, and the Solarian Union. Though they have no official power over the independent governments of other species, the Council's decisions carry great weight throughout the galaxy. No single Council race is strong enough to defy the other two, and all have a vested interest in compromise and cooperation. Each of the Council species has general characteristics associated with the various aspects of governing the galaxy. The Asari are typically seen as diplomats and mediators. The Solarians gather intelligence and information. The Turians provide the bulk of the military and peacekeeping forces. Any species granted an embassy on the Citadel is considered an associate member, bound by the accords of the Citadel Conventions. Associate members may bring issues to the attention of the Council, though they have no input on the decision. The Human Systems Alliance became an associate member of the Citadel in 2165.
Sorry about that, folks. Had a weird notification on my phone. One last one before we head out. Gotta remember, because I don't know if this is going to take me straight to the one I want. More than likely it won't. So I have to remember which one we went over.
Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are 3 branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Spatial distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element 0. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim, but in rare cases, it coalesces into nodules within the fetus's developing nervous system.
Show you one thing, and then come back here for... Damn, because I'm not seeing it.
Combat hard suits use a dual...
Okay, I think I just spotted it. Show you one thing, and then I'll come back to this. So you notice my character's eyes are blue. The way I like to design him, sometimes, especially if I'm making like a biotic or if I'm playing like a Dragon Age Inquisition, for instance, which that will end up on the channel. Would love to get the first 2, but we'll have to see about that one. I like to think of it like this is his visual thing. He can't hide. His exposure to biotics is why his eyes are this color. And this intensely this color. You know, just a personal little thing. Okay, where were you?
Combat hard
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
All modern infantry weapons, from pistols to assault rifles, use micro-scaled mass accelerator technology. Projectiles consist of tiny metal slugs suspended within a mass-reducing field, accelerated by magnetic force to speeds that inflict kinetic damage. The ammo magazine is a simple block of metal. The gun's internal computer calculates the mass needed to reach the target based on distance, gravity, and atmospheric pressure, then shears off an appropriate-sized slug from the block. A single block can supply thousands of rounds, making ammo a non-issue during any engagement. Top-line weapons also feature smart targeting that allows them to correct for weather and environment. Firing on a target in a howling gale feels the same as it does on a calm day at the practice range. Smart targeting does not mean a bullet will automatically find the mark every time the trigger is pulled. It only makes it easier for the marksman to aim.
There's one last thing I'll show you. This was gonna be it, but I happened to see one and it's kind of perfect. I think you folks will like this one.
Medigel is a common medicinal salve used by paramedics, EMTs, and military personnel. It combines several useful applications: a local anesthetic, disinfectant, and clotting agent all in one. Once applied, the gel is designed to grip tight to flesh until subjected to a frequency of ultrasound. It is sealable against liquids, most notably blood, as well as contaminants and gases. The gel is a genetically engineered bioplasm created by the CERTA Foundation, a medical technology megacorp based on Earth. Technically, Medigel violates council laws against genetic engineering, but to date, it has proved far too useful to ban.
Setting aside genetic engineering is so good, it's too good to ban and too good to lock the people up and lock up the people who made it. Now, if you want to say humanity can really toss out a contribution, right there, most definitely. galaxy lives and breathes by Metagel. Hey there, guy.
One sec. Looking you up. Commander Shepard, here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
Yep. Now, to be clear, I could have talked to him at any point. I just chose not to. There was no need to. And it's best to do it in one shot.
How did you know all that?
I'm the CSEC requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Maybe. Let me see what you got.
Show me what you've got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Well, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
It's not a problem. I should clarify, when I spoke about my character's eyes, said something to hide. It's not actually something to hide. I just more mean it's not like contacts would be useless. Surgery would be useless. Dye would be useless. His eyes would somehow burn through it all. But that's the only alteration visually anyway. But yeah, it is what it is, man.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
You didn't know that was me. Yeah, alright, let's just move on. And as you folks can see, Spectre requisitions. They're oh so good. Comparatively to what I'm using, especially. Oh, they're oh so good. There's one thing I'm waiting on, though. One. And it is armor. But one thing I can do is get us an Aldrin Labs license. Now, what I'm going to do in terms of the game, I'm not going to do what I would normally do. I'll actually wait and continue on.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Like I said, you hear about your work. Damn, that was fast. Whoa. It was never that fast. Even when I was playing the Legendary Edition before. Holy crap. Normandy SR1. Pretty.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I will, but what's going on?
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
There's definitely more to
Come clean
this.
with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
So Harkin was right. Like I said. What happened? He should have told me? No, that's his business. Why would he have told you anything about that? Not every aspect of other people's lives are things you need to know. What happened?
I failed. I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
I got you, Captain.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The Conduit. He's got us Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
Interesting. What about these Reapers?
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll grant that. You can count on me.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
That's probably the best place to start.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll make it a point to be as discreet as possible, Admiral. Admiral? No, not Admiral. Ambassador. Jesus, who am I thinking of? Oh, Kahoku.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Alright. Now that the politician's out of the room. Captain. What happened?
Yes, Commander?
You alright?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
But does that mean you need to retire? Like, what the hell?
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Interesting. What happened?
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
No such thing.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Interesting. What makes you think that? It's extreme as hell, but what makes you think that?
Sounds like overkill to me.
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Yeah, that would kind of put the nail in the coffin of your career, to keep it real, let alone the Spectres. The only thing I can think about is they let him remain in the military because of his record at that point. Jesus. That's disgusting.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Yep. Especially since he is the best. But yeah, it makes perfect sense that all they would need is a good recommendation and a bunch of corpses. Not many would argue.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren.
Good.
I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
I mean, it's not fair, but neither is life. I'll go ahead and say it.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Maybe. But again,
don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. Maybe he just likes the violence.
Okay.
I had a bad feeling about him right from the start.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Damn. Well, that just ended was kind of weird. So what do you know about this Feros?
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Feros?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city, mostly ruined.
Huh.
But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
Some of the infrastructure is intact. Damn. That has to be interesting.
What can you tell me about Noveria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Noveria respects. But they aren't popular.
International waters in the form of another planet. Yep. And this Artemis Tau cluster and this Dr. T'Soni.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. T'Soni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Yeah, that probably would be our best bet. Well, Captain, it's time for me to head on now.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
I should go. I should go. Normandy Weapons. Codex. Normandy Hull. Codex. Normandy Engines. Thrusters, excuse me. Codex. Oh, Lord. Wish there was a way to let your codexes play while you still have a game going. Always did love about the Metal Gear 5 game. Incidentally, we definitely will still be finishing that. I think I'm gonna knock that out sometime next week, because I'm tired of just letting it float like that.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Yep. I'm just trying not to have you folks fall asleep at this hour watching a video of me listening and commenting about tapes. I mean, I can do that if that's what you folks would prefer. I mean, it's not an issue, but I'd rather you at least have something to entertain yourself at this point. Still, there's no way for this not to feel wrong. That man got lowballed and spent his whole career getting lowballed.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Alright. Let's keep it real.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse.
But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
The Council wants to ignore this.
That's no surprise. They never helped us in the past. No reason they'd start now.
Damn.
But we don't need their help. We can do this on our own.
Not entirely where I was going.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
This is the most important mission any of us have ever been on.
The fate of an entire galaxy is at stake. We will stop Saren, no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The Captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I would go back. Yeah, hold up. They hit me with Renegade. I've got to go back. There's literally no choice. That's irksome. Damn. And then the save was before the talk.
Yes, Commander?
Or was it? Hold up.
The colony might not be...
All this out.
Watch your back. But you're the one who can... Watch your back there.
I should go.
I'll be here. Yes, Commander?
Yep, I hadn't talked to him yet.
The plan was simple. Officially, it was ruled an accident.
Sounds...
Saren didn't care. Saren's report was... Maybe he just like... I had a bad feeling of...
The only thing
You're
I
right.
care about.
It's no good.
Good lord. So Dina's gone. So that's already happened, of course. You know, I never usually make that choice, so I'm not sure. I wasn't sure what he would say, but it
Shore party.
was a
Decontamination in progress.
off
I heard what
from
happened
what
to
I go
Captain
for.
Anderson. Survives 100 battles. Just watch your back, Commander. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew?
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse.
But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others.
Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
Sure.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The Captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, sir.
At first, Paragon choice was partly good, somewhat weird. Sorry about that. Just a little bit. Beyond that,
Commander,
it was what I
something you need?
throw out. So what's the status of the ship, Joker?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
That's exactly what I expect from my crew.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Interesting. I've only been on the ship about 5 minutes. I didn't have access to your file.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless You know, you like the sound of snapping shin bone.
Well, Seth Green's ass is crazy. That's the one who was voicing Joker. So how'd you get the nickname?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Haha, hee hee. That's not an answer.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Huh. I can understand it. I'm not a grinny person either. And there's always those people who wanting me to smile more. And it's not like I have a problem. It's just I don't go grinning all over the damn place. I don't need to do all that. Nobody does. It's not to say you're unhappy, but you don't need to go grinning everywhere like an idiot.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
Yeah,
you're dodging the question.
Hey, one guess who was smiling at graduation?
They all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. I classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures. Hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
Damn. Yeah, you legitimately might not have made it. 2083, you legitimately might not have made it. Because I don't know how we have trouble with brittle bone disease now. And y'all still don't know where it comes from. Well, you've only had access to alien tech for a few decades. So, I mean, it makes sense. But still, like, damn. I'm not going to ask that. It's obvious how he does his job. He handles it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
I have to go.
Going over you, man.
All right, see ya.
Heading out, Jay. Trying to be kind of thorough. There's codexes everywhere. Presley.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Interesting. What's your issue with
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
Yeah, man.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
I can respect your thought process, but humanity always handled its own problems because humanity was the only ones roaming around Earth. We're not the only ones roaming around here. And he decided to bring a problem to our species. Not another human bringing a problem to humans. A Turian. It may not necessarily be a matter of us needing their help, but it would be wise to get their perspective, as well as their aid. Don't be so stubborn about such a thing. I can respect standing on your own 2 feet. 100%, but everybody needs help from time to time. That's just the way it is. If you don't, then don't bother telling me that somebody had to train you. That right there is some form of help, even if you had to pay for it.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Now, you don't want to be asking for help all the time because that is a sign of weakness. Slow it down, Shepard. Slow it down. But, hey, everybody needs help from time to time.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. a massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
Hey, fuck around, find out.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Hey, you seem like a good fit, so I ain't mad.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Get her done. I'm gonna have to roam around Normandy a bit, talk to everybody, pick up some extra codexes. FTL Comlink. You get used to waiting, so it's like no point in sitting still, really. See, this is what I forgot to do at first. At the beginning, when we were heading toward the Citadel for the first time, you could have come in here and talked to the captain. Would have been a cutscene. He would have just said, go ahead and head back up to the bridge and let Joker know to bring us in the dock. Would have been in that chair, obviously, at the desk. Doctor. Oh, well, she might actually have something to say in terms of
Yes,
the captain.
Commander? Is there something
Nope.
you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
That's what I'm saying. Everything she says is exactly the same, other than those instances where she chimes in herself. There's sometimes she will, but well, we'll just have to test it out as we come through with her. Sleeper pods. Caden.
Anything you need, Commander?
Now, at any point, if you want to talk to your crew, like legitimately talk to them, you'll have to be on board your ship. Otherwise, it's just those little one-liners that you get. Well, not necessarily one-liners so much as one line of conversation that you get whenever you're out and about in the world. Now, Caden, what he'll do, he'll give you sort of a tactical assessment of how the situation went when you went out last time with who you went out with. It's actually kind of cool.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
Hmm.
We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Oh, right. No, that right there was you basically trying to get to know him better. This is what you're
What's
looking
your
for.
opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
We wouldn't have done any better. In order for us to have stood any slight chance, the Normandy would have had to have emptied its entire complement and we still would have been dead. There's no way. The 212 were the only soldiers on Eden Prime. No way. Gara.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with a Spectre would be better than life
What
at
the?
CSAC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Really? It's possible.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Definitely.
But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a
Sometimes.
suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
You know, if we followed your logic, Saren blowing up that refinery was another Thursday. Or I guess in this case, another Friday, huh? Gotta be careful about that way of thinking there, guy. The ability to do more is not necessarily carte blanche. It doesn't mean you just throw your dick everywhere.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of
Makes
Saren
sense.
was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
The higher up you go, the more responsibility you have, the more authority you have. So naturally, the more responsibility you have. That's just the way it is. That's how it should be. You'll be alright though. And it is a tough decision, especially being Turian. I believe it was in the Codex, but it spoke about how Turians have a sense of collective honor, social and collective honor. Maybe not the social part, but the point of it is, a Turian just walking away from duty and service, that ain't something that would sit well with somebody like that, especially if their whole species is like that as a normal, natural thing. It is a rough decision and tough decision, but you'll be alright there, guy.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's
Real
why
talk.
I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Well, we'll have to see about that. It very much depends, Garrus.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Good man. Rex.
Nice ship you got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
Luckily spacious enough for you, dude. You're pretty big.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
I will, but I'm asking you first.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Damn.
They tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
I would not. Okay.
Seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Yep. Like I said. Foot in mouth.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Interesting. I can respect it being touchy, though.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Interesting. So what do you mean in terms of extinction for your people?
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Interesting. No consolidation. Too much of a mess. And eventually too many fingers don't know what the other fingers are doing. Fingers don't know what hands are doing. Hands don't know what nails are doing. And nails are trying to scratch somebody's back.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds.
Exactly.
We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
Hence his rapid willingness to join us. Not entirely surprising. So what about this virus of yours? This genophage?
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it.
Okay.
All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
That is called But then the question becomes why? Why aren't they?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Interesting. Okay. So then that means to an extent you would be pretty easy to deal with. All you need is something to fight for then. And if it's a cause you happen to like, double points. And you're not even considering the possibility that these other Krogan have found something about Saren that draws them other than just coin. Interesting. I mean, think about it. If you hire Krogan and you're trying to do what Saren is doing, which is effectively, well, basically trying to bring the Reapers back, right? Well, it stands to reason that the Krogan are going to have to wait then until that happens in order for them to be able to get their fight on. Otherwise, it's a waiting game, and their species does not come off as patient. So yeah, I don't know where it is they would go with that. Extremely risky.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander?
Right, she'll kind of give a tactical assessment as well.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
that we were able to save your people. I understand. It's okay.
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Maybe. Maybe not. You can't blame yourself when it comes to stuff like this.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
It's still a point, Williams. They probably don't even have a stink to them. They may not even disrupt nature around them when they move. Who knows what things they don't do. The point is, quit blaming yourself for what they chose to do. What you chose to do is what matters. When they attacked, did you react? Or did you sit there and let your team get slaughtered? Did you fight? If you fought, there you go. You did nothing wrong. You did exactly what you were supposed to do.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Alright. Chat later.
Sir.
One more, well, I guess 2 stops. Then we'll be calling it an episode.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
She, interfering, or like what?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
Yeah, she does seem to be an interesting one, especially with the whole retrieval of Geth technology that's designed to self-destruct. Your people made them, but it's been 300 years. Who knows what they've picked up that you might not be able to do anything about.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Nope. Figured I'd ask you about the Normandy a bit. So what's up with the stealth systems?
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat.
cook us inside our own hull.
So, it's radar invisibility.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
FTL?
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up to FTL, blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Interesting. Nothing like being a ghost. Or a space ghost.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Where else have you served, Adams?
Nice.
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Thanks for the info. Catch you later, Adams.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye.
Tali.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Nah, this is a special case.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
Okay, so you like ships, that's
I
what's
had
up.
no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Damn. 300 years ago?
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
Get her
They're
done.
constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Makes sense. What can you tell me about the Quarians?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
17 million, good lord. Like, foregoing what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Interesting. In this
That's
conclave?
your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
Interesting. So you're a democratic
So
group.
the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Kind of debating. By the way, let's see what else you say about the
I want to know
Geth.
more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Well, break it down for me.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Interesting. So you chose to skirt here and slide there and thought there wasn't gonna be no problems, huh? Stupid.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal.
Apparently
The
you
changes were so
kind of did.
insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Sounds like a perfect paradox right there. The neural network.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
The more you have, huh? You people in y'all's damn hive minds, man. Sorry, I keep getting these weird notifications on my phone. What the hell I'm getting them for
So
now?
there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
Interesting. So they could be more tactical the more of them there are, partitioning off the excess things they need to keep track of.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
And why would that happen to be?
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
So, you knew that their minds were at the point of asking questions about themselves without you needing to give them the questions to ask. But right then and there, you said, if they keep going, they're going to reach personhood, so let's destroy them now, even though the fact that them asking means they've officially reached personhood. You folks screwed the galaxy.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Them being stopped does not change the realities of what you unleashed upon this galaxy. You may not have been there, but at the end of the day, you sitting over here arguing for the nonsense. We didn't make the mistake when we waged war against them, but then you said they progressed further than you anticipated, thereby proving you made the mistake of waging war against them. Woman, you are a walking contradiction.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Interesting, but what happens if they turn it away?
Can a captain choose
Do
to
they?
reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Yeah, it was like I said. You could just bring supplies, but that's... You got some points, you know. What else can you do for us, though? Jesus. It sounds pretty dangerous.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Interesting. Okay.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
And there it is. Okay.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You
Check
bet.
in with him and see what he's got. Yeah, I didn't expect him to have a great deal. Was at least expecting him to have something else useful though. Well, folks, it's gonna be the end of episode 4 of Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition. You folks like what you see and want to see more of me, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists. Follow the links to my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links to my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. Catch you in the next one.